A truly great beer is one that customers buy and talk about, one that goes viral, if you like, if you compare it with today's social media. We brewers have our own ideas about what makes a great beer: quality, flavour, appearance, and most importantly, balance between sweetness and bitterness and the other flavours in the beer. I really like the stouts. They just seem to have more flavour than most other styles and really make use of the versatility of malted barley and its various flavours at different roasting points. IPAs too can be manipulated, making use of hops like never before. Unfortunately, in my mind, people are boring in that, based on sales, truly great beers seem to be dull, drinkable lagers. What drew me to the brewing industry was a failed attempt at becoming a doctor when at university I found that cutting a frog was not my cup of tea. Then an interview at a dynamite factory, which was interrupted by a thunderstorm, and we all had to run 300 metres to a shelter in case lightning hit the factory. So my chemistry degree drew me to the brewing industry. This was heaven. I walked into the fermenting cellar and it was so cool compared with South Africa's summer heat, and so clean and fresh smelling. I was immediately convinced this was where I could work, even for only half the salary of a dynamite worker. The Casella Brewery in Australia, the Australian Beer Company as it was called, on the Yellowtail Winery site. I was given a clean slate to do any trials I wanted, and the equipment was German, state-of-the-art, brand new, and it really did what it was supposed to do. It was like being a child with a new toy. I also had the opportunity to be admired for my work. In Australia, a brewer is truly in the divine circle. Whenever we had a function to promote our beer and people were told the head brewer was coming, we had a sellout crowd. I think I've spoken to you about this before, but just seeing a customer take his first sip of one of my beers at a takeout shop and then sigh with happiness before swallowing the rest, immediately ordering another, that is what makes brewing worthwhile. Also, when a brewing friend from South African breweries ordered Mitchell's beer for an SAB golf weekend, what a compliment. Beer steins with flip-up lids, often referred to as tankards, were designed primarily for beer steins with flip-up lids, often referred to as tankards, were designed primarily for hygiene purposes. These lids became popular in Germany during the 14th century, especially after the bubonic plague or Black Death and waves of other infectious diseases. These lids were meant to prevent flies, insects and other debris from contaminating the beer, which was believed to help reduce the spread of disease. In addition to hygiene, the lids have also helped maintain the beer's freshness by slowing the loss of carbonation, keeping the drink cooler for longer. The steins were often made of stoneware, pewter or ceramic, and the flip-top lid made it easy to take a drink while still keeping the mug mostly sealed. The flip-up feature allows drinkers to easily open the lid with their thumb, ensuring the other hand could remain free to gesticulate while they talked. Over time, this practical design became a tradition and decorative element in beer culture. The Agricultural Revolution, 10,000 BC. Beer's origins date back to the dawn of agriculture, when people became domesticated and began domesticating cereal grains like barley. This provided the raw material grains they needed for fermentation. Advancements in fermentation, knowledge, and so on, Ancient Egyptians and Sumerians refined the beer-making process by discovering how to intentionally ferment grains using natural yeasts. They also stored beer in clay jars, allowing drink to be preserved and traded. The advent of brewing techniques in the Middle Ages. Monastic brewing during the Middle Ages greatly improved beer quality. Monks in Europe developed techniques for brewing more consistently, utilizing hops as a preservative and a flavor enhancer. Around the 9th century, the use of hops allowed beer to be stored longer, increasing its appeal. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point for beer production. New machinery, like steam engines, made large-scale brewing possible. Innovations like refrigeration and pasteurization allowed beer to be produced, stored, and shipped over long distances without spoilage. This contributed to the rise of the commercial breweries. Stop. Carry on in the next video.